Hey, Graybeard here with another update on a GN 400 Suzuki. It's been a couple years since I actually put anything on here on this GN. Rebuilt the carburetor at that point. We had the original Mikuni CV carb on here. I don't remember what the original main jetting in, but I got it up to a 158 main and a 60 pilot. Also underneath this cover with the 3 screws, there's a diaphragm that typically has gone bad by this point in time. You get on the sites for the CV carbs, there's all kinds of hop-up tips on there. That's why I learned to reverse the spring on the other side of that diaphragm, and turns that from a liability into a plus for you by feeding a little extra fuel in. Keeps it from popping on deceleration that so many of you have complained about. I got a 100 pilot, air pilot in there. Drilled the slide a 0.125 inch hole in it to speed response time a little bit with that diaphragm carb. Other than that, it's a straight up Mikuni 36 BVSS, I think is the designation on it that comes with these GN 400s. I switched over to a Mikuni round slide VM34. Being an old 2-stroke guy, I prefer the cable connected to the slide instead of a constant velocity carb. I'm still running the original CDI, which many of you know is a problem on these, and mine, like so many others, fails at about 4,500 RPM, but it works great up until that point. Haven't finished totally detabbing the frame yet, still working on a lot of other projects along with this Suzuki, but MGO shorty muffler, pod air filter on there, cheap pod. Like I say, rejetted that to a, I think 200 on the Mikuni. Actually 260 is the jet in that Mikuni. Now the main jet is a 260, pilot is a 45. Changed shocks over. We got a little bit longer shocks now to aid the height of this bike and the handling of it a little bit. The front end is so twitchy is the way it is. Instead of dropping the forks, we decided to raise the rear end. YZ 250 foot pegs. Not really going after a cafe racer look. This is more of just a minimalist bike, maybe a scrambler, if you will. Rebuilt the forks. You can still get the parts for all these seals and everything online. Brake pads. Rebuilt the front disc brakes. The rear brakes are actually pretty good. The bike only has about, I think, 4,000 miles on it, and it's usually a 1 or 2 kick affair to get it started. The engine is cold. Probably be the next major step in this. I've read about the CH250 scooter CDI. That'd be my last resort, I guess. I'm gonna try to do it yourself, see what we can do. But otherwise, pretty cool little bike.